It's a beautiful night for a football game along the shores of Lake Michigan. Soldier Field will be packed and loud as the Bears try to bounce back from 2 straight road losses. It's the 2-3 Bears hosting Riverboat Ron Rivera and the 1-4 Washington Commanders. Kickoff about 45 minutes away right here on Fox. Hi again, everyone. I'm Lou Canellis. Welcome to this special Thursday night edition of Fox Kickoff Sunday, brewed by Miller Lite. We're ready to get Week 6 going. How about it? We'll do so with the help of our friends at Dunkin'. Chicago runs on Dunkin'. Let me bring in my partner, former Bears quarterback. He was a Super Bowl champ as well back in Super Bowl 39. His name is Jim Miller. And Mills, I see that you stayed away from the donuts this late at night. But let me tell you, folks, this guy's crushing the pumpkin cream cold brew. 2 and counting.
I do. I like the cold brew, and plus their coffee. I got to get a little caffeine in me, Lou. Get excited about Thursday night football tonight.
We have a late night ahead because not only do we have the game here on Fox 32 Chicago, but also the post-game show as well. Bears played better on Sunday against the Vikings, but not well enough to win. The defense struggled. Late, costly turnover finished the Bears off. Overall, what did you think of the way they played?
I do think that they woke up, to me, after the onside kick and how they came out and they scored early in the second half. So the team started to show some things in the passing game. You mentioned it in really just a few minutes ago. Justin Fields had his best game as a Chicago Bear. It's about confidence, and he's going to continue to breed confidence as he has more and more success every single week in a new offensive system.
All right, Jimmy, let's get started with our Save Big Money at Menards, 1st and 10. For the first time this season, we're not going to start the show by complaining about the offense. Instead, we're going to complain about the defense. What's up with the slow starts in the first half, Roquan Smith?
It's about more so just coming out, firing like how we do in the second half with that chip on our shoulder. We have to just start that in the first half because we see what the results say from the second half, and numbers speak for themselves. So it's just about coming out, starting hot, as opposed to waiting till somebody hits you in the mouth, then starting.
Yeah, Minnesota was all over the Bears in the first half last Sunday. Defense allowed them to move up and down the field, scoring on 3 long touchdown drives. What was wrong with the Bears defense last Sunday?
No Jalen Johnson. If you remember going into the matchup, it's like Lou. He's the 100% club. You don't leave home without him. He's like the American Express card. The guy, nobody challenged Jalen Johnson to that side. Once he's not in the lineup, what were they doing with Justin Jefferson? They're moving him all over the field. Guys can't really defend him. Then they started to find in the second half kind of crouch up and play tighter coverage. But really, I think it was due to the lack of Jalen Johnson. Him back in the lineup is going to be big for the Chicago Bears tonight.
All right, let's keep it with the defense. Bears also not getting to the quarterback. Only 8 sacks first 5 games. What's worse is that they're not even putting pressure on opposing quarterbacks. Why and how do you make a change?
Well, you can do things defensively, like they can run twists, they can do games on the defensive line front, and some teams have some pretty good matchups. I can tell you, Brian O'Neill, that's a pretty good tackle for the Minnesota Vikings, and they drafted another young tackle as well. Darrington is a really good player. This week, not so much. This is a really bad offensive line for the Washington Commanders, what they're bringing to the table. So I think you see if they can reach home or get home just on the tackles that they're facing, or you start doing some twists and stunts. Eberflus has brought in some nickel blitz. He's actually brought that quite a bit by Kyler Gordon when he was in there at the nickel. So expect more of that, because what do we know about Carson Wentz? The guy has already thrown 6 picks on the year. All right, he's under pressure, under more pressure than any quarterback in the NFL, 77% of the time. He leads the NFL, and when pressure's on him, bad things happen. That's why they're 1-4 as a football team.
All right, time for our first Fox feature, brewed by Miller Lite. We're going to switch gears and shift to the offense. Bears run blocking has been really good this season. The pass blocking, not so much. Let's go out to Soldier Field Live. Cassie Carlson is standing by. And Cassie, we've been paying attention to Tevin Jenkins all season long. We're already through a third of the games. How's he doing?
Well, much better than the start of training camp when he went through mental gymnastics. It started with the trade rumors surrounding his name, where GM Ryan Poles even said he should have been better at communicating with Jenkins throughout that time, to going from a third-string right tackle to a starting right guard. Jenkins said he really had to trust the process and put in extra work to solidify his spot and role on this team. But now he feels like the Bears have found a solid starting 5. This Fox feature is brewed by Miller Lite.
from trade rumors, all that, till being a third string right tackle, to being a second string right guard, and now I'm where I'm at. It's about just believing in the process, trusting that the coaches are going to put me in the right position, and I trusted that the Bears were going to do the best for me.
What was the difference in the pass protection earlier in the season to where it came in Week 5?
Basically, in a couple words, I'll say we can see growth and development. We're starting to settle down as a group. We have our 5 right now, and I think that's pretty good for us, and it's been helping us a lot.
To hear Justin Fields say he felt the most calm and the most confident in the pocket against the Vikings, what does that mean as his offensive line to know that the protection is getting better?
It's a great feeling because now the defense have to respect the pass game along with our run game, and teams won't be able to load the box because now they know that Justin's able to do what he does, and he's always been able to do that. We just have to give him more time, and like you saw last week, we gave him a lot more time, and he's been very productive.
When you're dealing with a new coaching staff and you're getting to know them, I remember there was a time Eberflus had said he wanted to see you practice better on a Wednesday. How do you like to be coached? What did that do for you to hear him say that out loud?
It sends a hard message to me. It says that I actually need to pick it up. It's holding me accountable. And for my head coach to say that about me, it hurts me because it means I'm not living up to his expectations. But at the same time, he's setting the expectation, setting the bar for me to be doing be great basically, and I need to match it. So hear him say it, it's a hard message.
Do you appreciate his honesty, or do you? Yeah.
I don't like people BSing me a lot. So when somebody comes out straightforward like that, I like that. So I appreciate that.
And with Cody Whitehair on IR with a knee injury, Lucas Patrick has moved to the left guard position. So Tevin Jenkins really settling in at right guard. And you see Sam Mustipher seemingly holding on to that center spot for the foreseeable future, Lou.
All right, stand by, Cassie. We'll get it back to you coming up later on in the show. Jimmy, let's talk about the offensive line. Some good, some bad. What have you seen from the guys up front the first 5 weeks?
They're good at running the football. What everybody has wanted them to do, all right? They're 5th in the NFL in rushing. They're 5th. And it can get even better. It can get better. The problem is it's got to be better on first and second down in terms of their yards per carry. You saw in that first half versus the Vikings, they in their 3 opening possessions, they were in 3rd and long every single time. So they need to stay on schedule better and be more productive on first and second down. Pass protection, there's a little to be desired there. That has nowhere to go but better. They've lost their best offensive lineman in Cody Whitehair. Now this group has to solidify and gel. It's not going to get any different right now if these guys stay healthy. But the pass protection and communication must be better. I mentioned Mike Will cross-dog blitzes. Guys are just whiffing. Mustipher going the wrong way, and he's swiveling his head looking for work. He's got to quit letting guys just blow by him. These guys got to communicate better, and they're still gelling. But pass protection must be better moving forward. It's not quite there where it needs to be.
No Cody Whitehair, as you mentioned. Who needs to step up?
Well, obviously Lucas Patrick. He's still, you give him credit. He's out there. He just recovered from a broken hand, and you're asked to move, 300, 350-pound guys. I'm sure he's still not 100%, but he's a veteran player who has to be assignment driven. Again, a couple of these guys, whether it's the center or the guard, the lack of communication, guys are blowing free through the A-gap. Just getting dead to rights on your quarterback. That can't happen moving forward. You need to protect Justin Fields. Again, they were better last week. It's got to continue to get better. That's the only way they're going to have a chance passing the football.
All right, Bears have rushed for 787 yards through the first 5 games. That's the best 5-game start for a Bears team in 32 years, but they need to get off to a better start. They have not hit halftime ahead in 1 game yet this season. We need to take our first time out. Up next, we'll give you our Hooters Hot Fantasy Players of the Week, and we're going with quarterbacks this week. Now later on, Cassie gets the latest on Justin Fields, who may have played, I think he had, and so did Jimmy, played his best game of his career last Sunday. We'll talk about it later on.
For 25 years, ABC7 political reporter Charles Thomas gave you the straight news. Now, he's giving you real talk on the governor's race.
J.B. Pritzker, what's he ever done? Outside of being born on third base and telling the world he hit a triple, J.B. Pritzker and his people called Darren Bailey an extremist. He's an expert at growing food. What's J.B. Pritzker an expert at doing?
We take on whatever comes our way, but some Springfield politicians want to take away our rights. That's why we need the Workers' Rights Amendment. The amendment will lift all workers and put more money in our pockets by protecting our right to negotiate for better pay and better hours. In states with workers' rights, people make $11,000 more each year. So let's protect our rights and our wallets. At the top of your ballot, vote yes on the Workers' Rights Amendment.
Find out where that road leads. Take on any challenge. When you have the #1 brand and dependability, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Lease a new 2023 Sportage LX for $279 a month.
Pregame on Fox 32 is brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Everyone has a fantasy. It's time for the Hooters Hot Fantasy Players of the Week.
All right, thanks, ladies. For the Commanders, let's go with quarterback Carson Wentz. He's hitting on 63% of his passes, just under 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, including one at the goal line at the end of last Sunday's game against Philadelphia. For the Bears, how about Justin Fields starting to warm up? Hitting 55% of his passes for just under 700 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That's not very good, but he's looking better and better each week. All right, let's talk for a couple of minutes about the other sideline. This segment is driven by Kia. Let me bring back my partner, Jim Miller. And, Jimmy, I feel bad for Ron Rivera. This guy's definitely on the hot seat right now. Commanders are a mess on and off the football field. Carson Wentz, he's decent, and they have a couple of wide receivers and then a whole lot of nothing. Let's start with Wentz. You touched on putting pressure on him, forcing him into mistakes. What worries you about Wentz?
Well, he can get hot and he can play good football. Last year for Indianapolis, prior to the last month, the guy had 27 touchdowns and only 7 interceptions. So you put a line in front of him, he's pretty good, right? They got Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly, all those great players for the Indianapolis Colts and their offensive line. It hasn't gelled yet here for the Washington Commanders. All right, they give away Brandon Sheriff and sign Andrew Norwell. Sorry, he's not a Pro Bowl player. Sheriff is, or Brandon Sheriff is, who's now with Jacksonville Jaguars. They bring in Trey Turner. Hey, Trey Turner, he played well for Ron down in Carolina. I can see why they signed him. He hasn't played that well. Sam Cosme, their young draft pick tackle, he's out with a broken hand. So they're unsettled on their offensive line. But I'm telling you, Bears fans, hear me now and believe me later. They get Brian Robinson back tonight. It's the running back they drafted from Alabama. Oh, boy. Strap up your chin straps, Bears defensive players. This guy is a difference maker. He beat out Antonio Gibson, who's a hell of a back, and they're counting on him and ride him to the winning column tonight is what they're planning on doing.
Quickly, other side of the football, what worries you about their defense?
They're playing much better than what people think. Their front four, even without Chase Young, these guys put more pressure on any quarterback in the league. They may not have the sacks, but they will get in your face. Payne as a defensive tackle, Jonathan Allen, and the guys they have on the outside, Sweat and company, trust me, they can make your life miserable and disruptive. Probably one player they're missing is Jackson on the outside because the DB, he didn't even make the trip.
That worries me, buddy. Halftime on the big show. Up next, we'll hear from Justin Fields, who tries to continue his upswing. He seems to be playing better, but does he pass the eye test? And if you're a fan of our Bears shows or the Sports Zone on Sunday nights, follow us on Twitter. Check us out at Fox Kickoff. You can follow me. I'm at Luke Canellis. Cassie is at Cassie Carlson TV. And my partner is at Jim Miller _NFL.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Light up your workspace with a new work light from Smart Electrician. This 10,000 lumen LED work light is super bright, weather resistant, and portable. Shine light where you need it with 11% off all work lights. Get your yard work done with a new powerful leaf blower from Works. Works power tools make fall cleanup projects quick and easy. All Works outdoor power tools are 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. me like me, yeah, welcome to the future.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe. Get 1.9% APR or up to $1,250 bonus cash on the Santa Fe with new inventory arriving daily. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Pregame on Fox 32 is brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers.
For 25 years, ABC7 political reporter Charles Thomas gave you the straight news. Now, he's giving you real talk on the governor's race.
J.B. Pritzker, what's he ever done? Outside of being born on third base and telling the world he hit a triple, J.B. Pritzker and his people called Darren Bailey an extremist. He's an expert at growing food. What's J.B. Pritzker an expert at doing?
When I seen him going up in the air, I'm like, so when he caught it, it's not that I didn't think he didn't catch it. So, like, I was calling the old line back, like, come on, come back on the line, like, back. Like, let's reline up, an incomplete pass. And I just see the line running. I'm like, what are y'all doing? And Mooney like, it's a catch. And you see Mooney catch, I'm like, oh, my God, he's disgusting. So
I love that. Darnell Mooney's catch will definitely be a finalist for Catch of the Year. That is for sure. Welcome back to Fox Kickoff Sunday, brewed by Miller Lite. I'm Lou Canellis. Time now for our Fox feature. Let's go back live to Soldier Field. Cassie is standing by. And, hey, if you're thinking about buying stocks in Justin Fields right now, Cassie, it might be a good time to empty up your savings account, right?
Yeah, Justin Fields had one of the best stat lines in his career against the Vikings despite the loss, and he said he felt the most calm and the most confident in that game. And he also said he had a realization that the game is starting to slow down for him, and he said that comes with game experience. But he also credits yoga to helping him find a new breathing technique. Justin Fields finding moments of zen in a game of chaos.
In slow, like 4 seconds, and out slow, and I think just doing that, automatically like keeps me more calm.
The in-4, out-4 breathing technique is something Fields learned from a yoga instructor that goes to Hallis Hall each week before games. He started using it against the Vikings, where he played his best game yet.
Literally between plays, like after the long run, I'll come back and just like slow my breathing down, and I feel like I feel like I don't get as tired, like, in the game too. So I think it definitely has a lot of benefits for sure.
Finding the calm came with time, and Fields says it allows everyone around him to keep their composure too.
It's just like last year I felt like sometimes I had to speed up myself or just be crazy pumped up because everybody else is, but I think playing quarterback, the more you can stay calm, the more you can stay relaxed. I think the better you'll play, and then allowing my teammates to stay calm in hectic situations or situations that are big, just staying calm and act like we've been there before.
Just like his breathing, Fields is finding a rhythm to his play too, allowing him to slow down and play the way he wants to.
When you're throwing routes on air, what rhythm do you have? I mean, because playing quarterback, you have to have a rhythm. You can't just be one time drop back super fast, throw it really fast. Like, you just got to stay relaxed, stay calm. And I mean, you throw certain routes all day, so just stay, pretty much just treat everything like, routes on air. And of course, you're going to have to move in the pocket, this and that, when D linemen come, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, as much as possible, you just want to, stay calm and, stay in that rhythm that you have in, routes on air when there's not a rush.
Justin Fields says he is so calm, and maybe to a fault, and that's why he doesn't like to be the one to give the pregame speeches. He says he leaves that up to a defensive guy. Most of the time, it's Roquan Smith. He's usually the one manning the aux. I don't know if you can hear it behind me, but someone is blasting the music inside the locker room right now, Lou.
Hey, they're getting ready, Cassie. Great work. We'll see you after the game on Bears Postgame Live. As excited as everyone is about the way Fields played, here are the numbers. He was 15 of 21, 208 yards. I mean, better than what we've seen, but these aren't Dan Marino, Joe Montana, Tom Brady numbers. We're okay with taking baby steps, right?
Yeah, I think if you look at just their numbers right now, they're double the throws behind the line of scrimmage. What do we mean? What do I mean by that? No-look throws, wide receiver screens. What is it? It's to get completions, and then ultimately, as the game goes on, they'll start to throw it further down the field. The Bears did that early in the game. They just took some easy completions. Then the second half, once they got the running game going, they got the play-action pass going, he's taking some shots down the field. And, hey, let's face it, he had a couple of drops. Pettis has got to catch the comeback route on the outside. It'll get better and better as it goes along. It's starting to come, but it'll probably take a few more weeks until they get this receiving core settled.
All right, I want to see you do it now. Yoga breathing 4 seconds, hold it in, then let it out and relax. What did you do? Seriously, when you were playing the quarterback position in the NFL, were there any different yoga things you did to calm yourself down?
Yeah, I always had a routine, but it always goes back to this. One play at a time. No matter how bad things are going in a game, how can you get it right? It's the next play. All right, it's the next play. Then you take command in the huddle. Get guys focused. Hey, guys, be aware of this. They may bring this blitz. If they bring this blitz, tell a guy what to do. Hey, A-Train, watch the Will blitz. If that guy doesn't come, dude, get out on the wide route. Just take charge. And again, I say it all the time. If you get everybody on the same page, you've got a chance. It doesn't matter if they're physically outmatched. If you are just on the same page where all 11 are executing as one, you have a chance for a positive play. And then guess what, Lou? You do it again and again and again. All of a sudden, something like that, it builds momentum. And I said it last week in the postgame. Momentum is real. You saw that in Minnesota, right? The Bears, they stunk that first half. Then they started to stack them together, and they had all the momentum through the second half until that final drive.
Up next, we'll have Jim's Hyundai Keys to the Game. Live look inside Soldier Field right now. Place filling up. Kickoff less than 30 minutes away right here on Fox.
Pregame on Fox 32 is brewed by Miller Lite.
Miller Lite has more taste and only 1 more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
We believe that food brings families, friends, and communities together. And those delicious moments start on our shelves. Since 1899, we've made memories, navigated obstacles. But most importantly, we've been part of each other's daily lives.
Thank you for shopping our stores.
For sharing all of life's big moments.
And trusting us to be a part of your delicious meals.
If you get kicked out of your neighbor's yard for stealing their leaves, you're gonna need something to fuel you up so you can sneak back in. Fall hard with the Pumpkin Cream Cold Brew. America runs on Dunkin'.
Come on, Mr. Sanders, focus.
Jamie Foxx, what's up, my man?
What up, Barry? Got time to chat bets?
Yeah.
All right, good. So you got Cincy over Cleveland, right?
Boom, there you go.
Now, parlay time. Would you put Miami in with L.A., Vegas, and
Oh,
Denver?
no. Terrible.
I was feeling that, though.
What did Jamie Foxx want?
Oh, I've got no idea. Come on, serve it up.
Just a reminder, you can catch tonight's Commanders-Bears game right here on Fox 32. So keep it right here. Coverage gets underway at the top of the hour. When tonight's game ends, keep it here on Fox 32, Bears postgame live. Cassie, Jim, Anthony Herron, and I will have a 1-hour postgame show. Matt Eberflus and Justin Fields live as well. One game for you Sunday, and it's a good one. Jets are traveling to Lambeau Field to take on the Packers. Kickoff Sunday afternoon is at noon. Our next Miller Lite Bears Brew and View, October 30th at Sebastian's Ale and Whiskey House, 8900 Fairview Avenue in Brookfield. Come on out, watch the Bears and Cowboys. Beat Gabe Ramirez, former Bear Corey Wooten as well, and be part of our postgame show. 2 weeks from Sunday, and the fun starts at noon. Time now for Jim Miller to give us the Any Given Hyundai Keys to the Game. Jimmy, take it away.
You got it, Lou. I mentioned earlier in the show, buckle up the chin straps. All right, this team that they're playing tonight is a lot better than what people think. The Bears guards, Daron Payne and Jonathan Allen, is the best group you've ever faced. And guess what? The Bears pass rushers, I mentioned Brian Robinson earlier. He may be better with the ball out of his hands. Why do I mean that? He absolutely stonewalls guys and cleans them up. So the chip blocks on the outside or blitzing linebackers, I'm telling you, be prepared for Brian Robinson. Number 2, commit to the run. All right, when you look at this Bears team, that is where they've got things going. They're 5th in the NFL rushing the football. Everything's going to stem from that and branch it out in terms of your play-action game after that. Finally, wide receivers, you need to get open. All right, from the run game, this secondary, they're okay. They're not great. all right? But you got to take advantage of some mismatches here. Mooney's got to win. Velus Jones Jr.'s got to get more into the lineup here in this game. And then for Justin Fields, trust what you see and let it rip. This is not a complicated defense, Lou. Trust it and let it rip, Justin Fields.
They have to do a better job starting the football game offensively. What would you like to see this team do in the first half?
Yeah, they're terrible at staying on schedule. They need to be better on first and second down so they're not in third and longs. That's going to be the key to get a better passing attack as well. And then the protection. When they do call the protection, guys got to be ready. Guys got to get open. And Justin just needs to trust it and let it rip.
Will he have time to let it rip? Deep?
I don't know. I really don't know. I want to see how it's going to work out up front because I'm telling you, Tevin Jenkins, I know he's a big dude. He's going to have his hands full with Daron Payne. And the same thing with Lucas Patrick. That is not a good matchup against Jonathan Allen. That is an absolute man-child that you don't want to face in a back alley.
All right, that is it for now. Coming up, the Bears and the Commanders, live from Soldier Field, right here on your home of the Bears, Fox 32 Chicago. We'll see you after the game, folks. There's Justin Fields getting ready. Bears postgame live right here on Fox 32 as well. We'll see you later.
Get a stylish solution for every room with window treatments and save with 11% off everything at Menards. Get window images, room darkening vinyl and aluminum blinds, faux wood blinds, and cellular shades trimmed to width for free. Or order a custom style and size. From durable, economical options to stunning custom designs, you'll find the perfect window treatments to transform your space. Right now, all window treatments are 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
As a business owner, your bottom line is always top of mind. So start saving by switching to the mobile service designed for small business, Comcast Business Mobile. Flexible data plans mean you can get unlimited data or pay by the gig, all on the most reliable 5G network, with no line activation fees or term contracts, saving you up to $500 a year. And it's only available to Comcast Business Internet customers. So boost your bottom line by switching today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Behind the wheel of a Nissan truck, every campsite becomes more remote. Every trail becomes more thrilling. And every adventure becomes a story worth telling. With best-in-class standard horsepower and impressive towing, you can do more of what you love, and you can get more out of it. Get to Truck Month today at Nissan. Now get a low $255 per month lease on the 2022 Nissan Frontier.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland.
As in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich. Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
It really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
To be positioned for the future, companies are ready to implement energy-efficient opportunities to improve workplace comfort. That's why businesses throughout Northern Illinois are partnering with the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program to find up to 35% in energy savings. Because at ComEd, we're not just powering for the now, we're powering your business for what's ahead.
You're watching Thursday Night Football, only on Prime Video.
That's never shy about its love for the game and its team.